Rain City. In Greywater, it has been raining for 7 years, 4 months, and 16 days. Not the dramatic downpours that make headlines, but a steady, patient rain that falls like clockwork. Sometimes lighter, sometimes heavier, but never stopping. The kind of rain that has shaped everything about how people live, work, and move through their days. The morning commute here sounds different than anywhere else. Hundreds of umbrellas opening and closing in a rhythm that's become as natural as breathing. Rain boots splashing through puddles that have become permanent features of the landscape. The swish of waterproof jackets and the soft patter of drops on every surface that can catch them. Downtown, the architecture has evolved. Every building now has deep overhangs that extend far into the sidewalk space, creating a network of covered walkways that connect block to block. Office workers move through the city like participants in an elaborate dance, timing their movements from awning to awning, doorway to doorway. The Corner Cafe has learned to embrace its perpetual soundtrack. The owner installed larger windows last year, not for light, but for the hypnotic view of rain cascading down the glass. Inside, the air is permanently humid and warm, carrying the scent of coffee mixed with that clean ozone smell that comes with constant precipitation. Customers no longer rush to leave when the rain picks up, because it never really picks up or slows down enough to matter. Instead, they linger over their drinks, watching the street life through rain-streaked windows. A woman in a bright yellow rain slicker walks her dog, both of them moving with the unhurried confidence of creatures completely adapted to their environment. The dog parks in Greywater are studies in creative adaptation. Covered pavilions shelter the benches where owners gather, their conversations mixing with the white noise of rain on the metal roofing above. The dogs themselves seem to prefer this weather. They play with a kind of joy that suggests they've never known a world without the constant, gentle shower that keeps everything green and cool. Traffic moves differently here too. No one speeds through puddles anymore, because every street has permanent puddles that have become part of the road design. Cars move in a stately procession, windshield wipers beating their steady rhythm, hazard lights blinking through the silver curtain of falling water. Not in distress, but in acknowledgement. We see you. We're here. We're all in this together. The public library has become the unofficial heart of the community. Its reading rooms stay full not just because of the books, but because the sound of rain on the building's large glass dome creates a natural white noise that makes concentration effortless. Students and remote workers claim tables early and stay all day, creating a gentle ecosystem of shared productivity. In the children's section, story time has adapted too. The librarian no longer competes with the rain. She incorporates it. Today she's reading a book about ocean adventures, and every time the story mentions waves, she pauses to let the sound of rain on the skylights provide the sound effects. The children understand intuitively that they live inside their own kind of ocean, one made of air and fallen water. The grocery store on 5th Street has learned to stock differently. Umbrella stands by every entrance, towel dispensers throughout the store, and a cheerful resignation to the fact that everything from carts to customers will always be slightly damp. The produce section thrives. Fresh vegetables arriving daily from the unusually fertile farms surrounding the city, where the constant irrigation has created growing conditions that farmers in other regions envy. Evening in Greywater has its own particular beauty. Streetlights create columns of falling silver, each lamppost surrounded by its own private shower of illuminated drops. Restaurant patios have been enclosed in glass, creating greenhouse dining rooms where couples share meals while watching the rain paint abstract patterns on the windows. The movie theater has stopped showing action films during evening showings. Instead, they've curated a collection of gentle dramas and contemplative documentaries, movies that complement rather than compete with the natural soundtrack playing constantly just outside their walls. Tonight, they're showing a documentary about desert landscapes, and the irony isn't lost on anyone. In the residential neighborhoods, gardens have become something extraordinary. Without the usual cycle of drought and flood, plants grow with an abundance that borders on the magical. Hanging baskets drip with trailing flowers, vertical gardens climb the sides of houses, and every yard is a shade of green that seems impossible until you remember that water, constant water, can create small miracles. The high school has transformed its entire athletic program. The football field is now a soccer field, better suited to muddy conditions. The track team practices technique under covered areas before brief sprints between buildings. The swimming pool stays open year-round because it no longer matters if you get wet going to and from the water. Late at night, when most of the city sleeps, Greywater reveals its truest self. The rain continues its patient work, washing the streets clean, filling the gutters with rushing mini rivers, keeping the air soft and breathable. Night shift workers, security guards, hospital staff, delivery drivers move through the city like gentle ghosts, their headlights cutting silver paths through the endless precipitation. In bedroom windows throughout the city, people fall asleep to the sound that has become the ultimate lullaby. Steady, predictable, comforting. Children who have never known drought, and adults who have forgotten what it means to worry about water restrictions, rest easy under the constant, gentle percussion of rain on their roofs. And in the morning, they'll wake up to the same sound they fell asleep to, the same sound that will accompany their breakfast, their commute, their work, their evening plans. In Greywater, the rain is not weather. It's the rhythm of life itself, the steady heartbeat of a city that has learned to dance with the sky.